Hey everybody, it's Pastor Kevin. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to be part of something radical? Do you want to be part of something, I don't know, something countercultural, something far greater than just yourself? Well, let me tell you something. If you are a follower of Jesus Christ, if you have had a life-transforming experience with Him, then you already are part of something much bigger than yourself. See, your faith is not something that's just private. Your faith is not just something that propels you into a love affair with Jesus. Your faith gives you entrance into a society, a new culture, the church, and it's supposed to look radical. This Sunday evening at Centered, we're going to be wrapping up our series in Ephesians, which we've been studying for the past 7.5 months, verse by verse. And we're going to be hitting on all the major points about the doctrine and the theology that the Apostle Paul lays out for us and some of those practical implications for our lives. And here's the thing. He wrote this in the first century to Ephesus, the church at Ephesus, what was then in Greece and now it's in Turkey. And they're surrounded by this godless, pagan culture. But here's the thing. Our culture is the same as theirs was then. It's really not that much different. So what he says to them is equally applicable, equally impactful for our lives today. And essentially what he says is this: look, you're part of something much bigger than yourselves, and it's supposed to look really radical, because you're supposed to look different. You're supposed to look set apart. You're supposed to be sanctified to God. You're supposed to be holy. The target is holiness, he says. So let me ask you, what does holiness look like in your life? Are we talking about personal devotional time? Are we talking about coming to church and serving at church, or coming to church and worshiping together? Or are we talking about something more? Maybe we're talking about every decision, every choice that we make, all of our relationships, the way that we talk to one another, what we post on Facebook, the movies that we go to see, the choice of music that we have, the way that we act amongst our co-workers and friends. What does holiness look like to you? Well, he gives us the standard. The target is holiness. The standard is Christ. Christ-likeness. But here's the thing. We can't do it alone. We need one another. We are part of the church, and we're supposed to encourage one another and build one another up. That's what the book tells us. So the target is holiness. The standard is Christ. And the means, the method, is unity. We're supposed to live in unity and love with one another in the church. In fact, he goes so far as to say that God's eternal plan was to make his manifold wisdom known through the church. He wants the world to see himself. He wants to reveal himself through the church, through the way that we live our lives. When they look at us, they need to see something different. They need to see something radical. They need to see something holy. And the way that we live our lives now impacts eternity. The target is holiness. The standard is Christ. The means is unity. And our hope is eternity. Come on out to Centered this Sunday evening as we hit on these points, as we wrap up our series in Ephesians. And I'll see you then.